everyone. So this is going to be part one of my mommy makeover. I want to talk to you guys why I'm planning on doing this, the process of finding a doctor, which was really simple for us. It's not really deep. It was pretty easy for us. And then just also I'm getting ready to go to my pre-op appointment here in an hour where we're gonna go over sizing and everything because my surgery is in like under 2 weeks. So number one, why do I want to do this? So I've always wanted a boob job. I've always wanted to lift and I've always wanted perkier boobs. My build is very long chested and my whole life, like honestly, I have not been able to wear certain types of shirts. Like strapless is really difficult for me and also like backless because I need the support, I need the lift. And that's what's really sucked. I've had that even before having kids. So I always told myself I wanted to get a lift. I wouldn't even really think much about a boob job. I always just said I want a lift after I'm done having kids because I want it to be higher. I want it to sit higher. I want to be able to wear strapless dresses and shirts and backless stuff. Like, you know, this is what I really, really want. And so I told myself I would wait till after having kids, and I always talked about it also with Ross, and he went through this with his ex, and he goes, you just have to wait until Kinsley is a little bit more independent. He goes, you're gonna be down for a while, and he goes, you're not gonna be able to lift her or anything like that. Like, she needs to be somewhat independent. And I was like, yeah, that's true. So now that Kinsley is almost 4, I remember it was last year when Ross said to me, he's like, it was at the end of the year. He's like, okay, I think it's time for us to talk, you know, you really want this done. So let's really talk about it and let's find someone. So I was really excited. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So yeah, so that's really the big reason why is because I've always wanted to lift. I always wanted to be a little bit higher. And then also now coming through my breastfeeding journey with 2 babies, I breastfed Riley to like 3 months old because she just didn't take to it very well. I think it was just the way her lip tie, everything, even though we had it snipped, she just could not latch very well. So she was only 3 months, but Kinsley was like 10 months. And she would have been longer if I would have let her, but I was done. I was going through divorce, I was stressed, I couldn't do it anymore, and I just wanted her to sleep through the night. So I breastfed her for like 10 months, and my boobs have changed even more dramatically than then. Before babies, I was like a C cup, like a B C cup. And then after having like breastfeeding, my boobs got huge. They got ginormous. And then they also always favored one side over the other. So one side always got a little bit more than the other one did. And so now I had my like first consultation with him and we looked at everything. And it's definitely needed because like now I'm like really knowing why. I'm like, why I'm not fitting well into shirts? Why am I not fitting well into bras and all these things, and why things don't look right? Well, my boobs actually, so I asked him because we first looked at just doing a lift because I told him I really want to be perky and like full and everything, and he's like, we can always just do a lift first. So he goes, basically, if I lift you, because right now I'm a 34D, he's like, if I lift you, you're gonna be a B cup. And he's like, it's because it's like that all like extra skin. And I'm like, he goes, you're not, he goes, I'm guessing you're like having to maneuver things and like when you're getting, I'm like, yes, I have to maneuver my boobs and tops and everything because after you get done, if you've never had a baby, I'm sorry to break it to you, but when you breastfeed and you're done breastfeeding, they turn into deflated balloons. It's really sad. They just go, shoo. It's really, really sad. And so I have a lot of extra skin. So if he lifts me, I will be a small B cup. And I told him, I was like, I really just want to be lifted and I want to be a little perky, you know? And he's like, you're not going to get that effect if you don't do an augmentation. And he goes, I don't think you're going to get the look that you want. He goes, what we could do is we could do the lift first, see how you like it, wait 6 months down the road, and then assess getting an augmentation. Or you can do the breast lift and the augmentation in one. Ross and I talked about it, and Ross was like, you know what? He goes, you're not gonna like being down at least just once. He goes, let alone 2 times in like under a year. He goes, it's a lot. And he goes, it's a big surgery too. So he goes, if you really want this, just get them done, both of them done together. And just get it all done in one go. And I agreed. I was like, yeah, I agreed. I mean, to get what I want, and I really want to be lifted and more perky. I don't want to go big because I want to be able to play sports. I love pickleball. I love being active, and I don't want to hurt my back. I don't want big boobs. I don't like big boobs. I'd rather be like a full B or full C, but perky. I just want to see. What's nice about today is I get to bring in a bunch of different bras and shirts, and we're gonna do the sizing, and we're gonna see what I like the most. I just want to do what fits my build the best, and I always prefer smaller, to be honest. My situation, I have a little deflated balloons. My right side is actually lower than my left, and my areola is actually bigger on my right side than my left. So he is going to even me out in all different areas, so it will look equal. So it's like I get asked like, oh, why are you doing this? Like everyone's like, why are you getting a boob job? Because they think that you just want to go big, and they're like, you already have big boobs. And I'm like, because I'm a 34D right now. I'm like, no, I'm really not a 34D. And I go, if you guys knew what was going on underneath, you would see why. So it's just like, you know, it just sucks. So I just want to be able to be more lifted, more even, and just be able to wear any clothes I want to wear, you know? So that is why I am doing it, and I am really excited. And I'm very nervous. You know, I'm not gonna lie, one of my biggest fears is going under anesthesia and not waking up. I explained this to Ross, and he's like, that's understandable. He goes, a lot of people have that fear. And I'm like, yeah, I go, I'm really scared to not waking up. And I go, now I have 2 little ones that I think about 24/7. And if I'm not here, who is? Because, you know, love their dad, but like, no disrespect to him, but he's not here that often. So I really, really think about them, and that's my biggest fear. But it should go seamless, it should go easy, and then I'm gonna be down for 8 to 10 weeks afterwards. So no pickleball for me, no Pilates, no activity, which sucks. I gotta take it seriously though, because if I screw it up, I would have to get them redone again, and that's not gonna be good. So I gotta actually take it very seriously and relax. So I'll be filming a lot. I'll be filming a lot of videos because I'll be more at home, sitting. That's easy for me to do. Yeah, so that's it. So that's basically why. The way that we found the doctor is he's actually a friend of Ross's, and his son goes to school with his daughter. We had a consultation with him, and he he is very well known for explants because of the illnesses that can come from breast implants and everything, which is one thing I was really concerned about, and I talked to him about, which is why we consider just doing the lift. But I really trust him in the fact that he understands like the best way to put, you know, to do an augmentation, what's the best for the woman and everything like that. And he's very, very knowledgeable. So he made me feel really, really comfortable. So I really like him a lot, and I'm really excited. So I'm gonna be going there in about 40 minutes. I'm gonna drive over there, and we're going to try out the sizing of everything. Okay, so let me show you guys with what we're working with here. So this is the front side. They're just flat, they're not perky. And then if you go to the side, you can just see right here, they're sad. They're sad. They could be up here. So that's what I really, really want. I want them to be up higher, more fuller, and just fit my body better and be able to wear certain shirts. And I actually I hate wearing bras. I live in these like shirts that have the built-in bras from Beyond Yoga and like Fiore and everything like that, because they're just so much more comfortable for me, and I can just like maneuver myself to fit in them well. And I'm just really excited to just feel like more comfortable altogether. Like I actually do not feel comfortable not like having any type of support. If I have no support, like if I'm just lounging around the house in a sweatshirt, I feel so uncomfortable because just the way it is. And yeah, so I'm just really, really excited for this. So like I was saying, for my pre-op appointment, the goal is I have to bring in some bras and some shirts and dresses. And then we're gonna see how the sizing is and like how I like the look on me in different types of tops and everything. So that is the plan. I'll keep you guys updated. So I'll make this as like our little part 1 journey, and then our part 2 journey will be the actual surgery and the day and all that, and how I feel like, you know, a couple days after that. And then we'll make part 3, or that, yeah, part 2, and then part 3 will be my recovery, like more of like over the next few weeks and how everything is settling and stuff, because it does take time to settle. So we'll do that. And then I think I'm gonna try to do some stuff on Instagram too, if I can. We all know I'm swamped, I'm busy. It's so hard to keep up. So I just do the best that I can now. I've got 2 little ones, it's tough, but I'm just eating crackers and salami. But anyways, that is the plan. And I will see you guys at the office. Okay, so I left off where we were gonna go to the office. Well, I'm catching up on all my vlogs right now. I didn't vlog in the office and I forgot to do this kind of outro to this one. So we're kind of going back in time right now for me. But basically at the pre-op appointment, they lay out different sizes of, and they're not like the actual like silicone implant that is going to be shaped like yours. It kind of has a teardrop, so you just slide it into your shirts and you can see the size that you want. So they had like a variety of different sizes, like ranging from 250, 275, 300, because he asked me, he's like, what do you want? He goes, I told him, I was like, I don't want to be too big. I just want to be full and perky, and I want it to be proportional to me, and to where it still looks good, but I want to still be active and play sports. And he's like, you're speaking my language. Thank you so much. So it worked out perfectly there, and the sizings that they kind of picked out were kind of just the same sizings I was going to go with. It just worked. I would have to say though that like sliding the implants into your shirts to kind of see what you're going to get, it really wasn't that helpful. It was really hard, but it was mainly probably because I'm getting a lift. So everything is going to sit differently than what you can really see. There are simulations they can do and stuff to show you what it's going to look like, but my doctor said he doesn't do those. He's like, he doesn't think the technology's there. He doesn't think it's precise and it's like the actual results you're going to get. So he just doesn't even do that. So anyways, so I went in there and I kind of just told them, all right, let's bring in, because they bring in 3 different sizes to the surgery, and then your doctor kind of decides like what fits your body best, if that's what you want him to do. Or you can go in there and be like, I want to be like 400, 500 cc, this is what I want. So you could do it that way. So it just really depends. I told him, I'm gonna trust you. You're gonna do what's gonna give me the look that I want, and also that's gonna fit my body. So the way that my doctor does it, and he told me, he's like, we'll go in there with 3 sizes. I have these ones where I use it for sizing, and he goes, I'll put them in. Well, I guess they make the table go up, and so that way they can see you up and they can see how they're gonna lay. And then he goes, once I see that, then I kind of choose, and like we choose our size. And once we choose our size, he takes those ones away, and then he opens up the box of the brand new ones. So that way they haven't been messed around with or anything like that. It's a brand new, super clean, and then they put those in, and then they're done. They sit you up. The sizes that we're kind of really going for is really 275 to 300 on what they think is going to work for my body. So those are the sizes that we're going to go in with surgery with, and then I will find out when I come out what I have, which is pretty fun and exciting, isn't it? It's like, what did I get? Mystery box. So anyways, so that is the process. And for part 2 for this like series that I'm doing is gonna be the surgery day and everything, and then I'm going to talk about how I feel, yeah, and that stuff. And then part 3 will be my recovery on everything. So I hope you guys find this series helpful, especially if you're thinking about doing an augmentation, a lift, anything like that. There's a lot that I didn't really know much going into it, but now I've been doing so much research, and even beforehand doing so much research, so I'm understanding way more, and I hope that this really helps people, you know, on your journey as well. But anyways, that is it for part 1, and I will see you guys for part 2. Bye.